Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Hannah, and today's video, as you can see from the title, is me reviewing the new L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear foundation. Now, I have worn this foundation twice now, and then I'm going to do you an actual demo. It's not going to be in first impressions. If you want to see what my thoughts are on the L'Oreal 24-hour fresh wear foundation, then please stay tuned. And if you're new here, I would love if you could click the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on when I post. I tend to do a lot of reviews on here, so yeah. I've pinned my hair back. My hair's a little bit crazy right now. It is drying. It's in a bit of a state. It needs a wash, but it's cool. So right here we have the L'Oreal Infallible. This is the Infallible range, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation. I'm not 100% sure how many shades is coming. This is the packaging of the foundation. Not 100% sure how many shades this comes in, but L'Oreal tend to do a good shade range anyway. If you want to know my references for all my foundation, including the L'Oreal True Match foundation, please head to my description. I have all of my foundation references. Every time I do a foundation, I always put my reference down below if it fits me really, really well. So yeah, so this retails, I think you can get this in Superdrug. I got this in Superdrug. I think it's newly released in Superdrug. I got this, I think it's retailing for £10.99, and the concealers, which will be in the next video, are £9.99. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing that, so please stay tuned for my next video where I'll be reviewing the L'Oreal concealers. So that's going to be a video. It says a 24-hour fresh finish, covers imperfections, no transfer, no shine, no dry out, no mask effect. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be full coverage, or like just gives you a natural finish, like a natural fresh coverage, which would be nice. My skin right now isn't very problematic, which is quite nice. I have a few little errors and terrors here and places like that. I am on my lady days, so it comes with 30 millilitres of product, as it always does with L'Oreal, I'm sure it is. And it comes with a pump, as it always is. I picked up the shade 140 Golden Beige, which I actually think is a pretty decent shade for me. It's just a tad, maybe more of my, just like this area, more of my face and neck area shade, but my body shade, it could maybe go a bit darker, but I will show you guys on camera and we will see. So yeah, I have previously used this foundation. I've used this foundation twice now, and I can give you my thoughts on the foundation in just a moment. So what I'm going to do is, my eyelids are creased AF. Guys, so now actually onto foundation. I'm going to pop a little bit on my hand just so I can swatch it for you. I really like the L'Oreal pump. I personally think the pump's really controllable, like you don't pump out too much. Okay, so this is the swatch for you guys. This is the shade Golden Beige. I personally think it's a really, really nice shade match. I tend to go for more of a warmer shade, but I do feel this shade right here is a very, very good match. So I'm happy with that. I am just going to literally dive in and apply the foundation. I'm not going to put any primer on. I have tried this with primer, but I want to see what it feels like without. My face has been like primed, like moisturizer wise. I did take the Pixi Skin Treats Rose Ceramide Cream. I have been loving this. Pixi did send this to me, so this is a gifted item. It's an intensive moisturizer. This is really intense. Even now, like I've had this on for about an hour, and my skin just looks, doesn't my skin look so hydrated and nourished? It's just lovely. I tend to not really like rose products, but the Pixi Rose range is like my favourite range. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply foundation to half of my face, show it for you guys with and without it, a couple of pumps to the skin, because I am going to go with a Beautyblender. I've not tried this with a brush, and I don't think you actually need to. I personally think this looks more flawless without a brush. You know, and you don't even need to tell with a brush. Like when you use a sponge, you can just tell. It's slightly runny, but it's okay. I'm going to take my Beautyblender, which is ever so slightly dirty, and I'm just going to bounce this into the skin as I usually would. Okay, so I have blended in one side of the foundation. As you can see, this is a really good match. What do you guys think of the match? I think the match is really, really nice. Well, I personally think. What do you guys think of the coverage? I always ask you guys, because I know you guys tend to comment in the comment section anyway. Like, as I'm talking, what do you think of the coverage? So I'm still blending it in. I like to take my time blending it in. I actually have found that I'm loving blending in foundations with a sponge more than a brush now, even though I love my old school, like going with a brush and then a sponge. But I feel if you want something to be blended in really quickly and you don't want to put too much foundation on, even though like sponges soak up product, I am preferring just to use a sponge now. So yeah, so okay, so that is one side with the foundation, one side without. I think you can tell an ever so slightly difference. My ratio of redness is probably about the same on each side. Any imperfections are probably the same, scarring, all of that jazz. So I personally think if I come up closer, this is a very natural foundation in terms of finish wise. I get what they mean when they say fresh, like my skin just feels natural as if nothing's really on it. Do you know what I mean? I actually really, like, from when I've worn it, I think it's definitely a low medium. It's not, I think I'm happy with this coverage, which is really weird of Hannah. I think as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I don't need tons of coverage, but not that I don't need tons of coverage. I'm okay with getting a little bit of coverage sometimes, but I think you could probably get a higher coverage if I went in with a brush, but I'm not going to do that for you. If I do, I'll probably end up doing it on my Instagram, so just please feel free to check that out. But yeah, I've got no primer on and it looks really, really nice on my pores. You can still see my scarring ever so slightly, but I'm actually okay with that. If you're not and you've got like a lot of acne, or you've got a lot of spots or pigmentation, or you've got dark circles, you're going to need to, or like pigmentation, you're going to need to either colour correct or apply it with a brush and pat it onto the skin instead of just bouncing it in with a sponge, because it changes the coverage. But I feel if you've got like generally good, like not good skin but clearer skin, this would be, I think, nice for you. As you guys can see, I personally think this looks nice on my skin. I was really shocked because I just thought, fresh wear, is it going to be anything, is it going to be really light? But it's nice. I think the colour helps as well. I think now I'm looking at it, it's very much, like I said, like a low medium coverage. I could probably maybe build. I think because of how light it feels on my skin, you could probably build. It's not dried down properly yet. It's not dried down matte. It's not clung to any dry patches, which is really, really nice. It's not covered a ton, but I don't mind that, like I said. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to do the other side of my face and come back to you guys. Okay, so I've applied the foundation on to the whole of my face. This is what it's looking like on the skin. I think it looks pretty decent. I think it looks really, really nice. If you're not one of these type of people that likes to have loads of coverage, or like you don't want a heavy foundation on your skin and you can't hack that, I think this would be for you. It doesn't really have much of a scent. It's very, very fresh wearing. Like, I don't know, it has more of a dewy, not dewy, but more of a natural effect to it. It's not matte and it's not dewy. It's right smack bang in the middle, and that's what I actually prefer. I think I would love this even more if it was even more full coverage, but I don't think it claims to be full coverage. I'm not too sure. I think the True Match foundation is a lot more full coverage than this foundation, but I don't mind that. I like the finish. I think it's a very similar finish to the True Match. The L'Oreal foundations tend to be really nice on me anyway, and I think they tend to be nice on a lot of people. I think a lot of people enjoy the L'Oreal foundations. So this is another one that I am actually really enjoying. I feel it sits really nice on the skin. It's not dried down matte. It doesn't dry down matte. Like I said, it's a very natural, fresh finish. Like I get, if I was to like, if I didn't know that it was called the Fresh foundation, I would probably say it gives a fresh look to it, which I really like. So yeah, I think I'm just going to give you a little bit of a close-up. I always give you guys a close-up. I don't care if I've got creases or spots. I'd rather you guys see the real ins and outs of what it looks like on my skin. I'm not going to get any like fillers or surgery or anything like that. So in all of my videos, I'm just going to stay like this. Whether my skin's crazy broken out or whether it looks pretty decent, I'm happy with it. So I just feel it gives you guys more of a realistic view. And what I also like about this foundation, as you can see, I've still got my eczema around my lips, which is going to be happening with everything, but it doesn't cling to it. which looks really nice, and it doesn't cling to peach fuzz. It doesn't make you aware that there's peach fuzz. It's sitting really nice on the skin. It's really, really lightweight. And what I found is I went in with 3 pumps on each side. Bearing in mind that's probably a lot of foundation to put on one side of your face. That's probably what you should put on the whole of your face. However, the good thing is that I found, even though I put loads of foundation on each side, it doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like there's loads. I literally feel like I maybe put just a pump and dispersed it, so it's very, very lightweight. But yeah, so far as I'm looking at it, I'm enjoying the feeling of it. I don't know if it's gotten a little bit darker, but I think it's a very, very good shade. It probably won't be a great shade from when I'm in the summer, because I'll probably be a bit more tanner, but that's absolutely fine. We can make it work. So yeah, what I am going to do now is I'm going to do the rest of my face and come back to you guys. So I'm back. I've finished the rest of my face. I'm actually quite digging this look. Like, I think it's a bit eccentric for Hannah, but I quite like it. On my eyes, I have the Sample Beauty palette. Let me show you this bad boy right here. Officially now a Sample Beauty affiliate, so I have a code for you guys, which is at HANSTLUCE, which will get you some money off. I think it's 10%, but I do earn a small commission, so this is a little bit of a affiliate code. But this is like one of the only palettes I could honestly recommend to you guys if you're into colour and all that jazz. I have lipstick in my teeth. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot in my new eyeshadow series of how to get different looks, for example like an all matte look and things like that. So these palettes will be featured. I'm hoping to do a giveaway with these palettes as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's on my eyes. On my lips I have the MUR Cosmetics X Shan. I think Shan was from the Circle, Shan Owen or Shean Owen. This is a really nice shade in One and Only. I really like it. And as a highlight, which I don't know if I'm feeling, because it has a slight pink undertone and it just looks a little bit dark on me, is the new Sleek makeup. It's their Love Shook. It's their Love Shook highlighter palette. Let me show you. That's the palette. Oh, that's the palette for you guys. I took this shade right here. It doesn't really have a name, but I think it's a little bit too dark for me. So yeah. So actually onto the foundation. I really like it. I say this in all my videos, but foundations tend to be really good on me. This, I was like, even now when I've been wearing it, I've had this on for a couple of hours. I've done my face, like I went out, done what I needed to do, looked after my dog, cleaned up, all of that jazz. And it's held up really, really well. It's really, really natural. It looks really lovely on. Let me turn you down a little bit. I need a little bit of more warmth in my camera. I'm going to get a new camera soon. I'm going to get hopefully the Canon... I hope you're going to get the Canon 750D. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I'm loving it. If I come up close to you guys, I've got this scar here and I've had it for ages and nothing will cover it. So that's just, it's something that foundation just doesn't cling to. No foundation does, so that's just a go. But I love the way this looks. I have got the L'Oreal concealer on, so if you want to see that review, it will be up next on my channel. But I just think it looks really nice. I think the shade Golden Beige was really, really good match for me. So if you're similar to me, you're either going to want to go my shade or a little bit darker. I wouldn't head for anything lighter than that shade. I just think this is a really cute look, don't you think? I don't know. What do you guys think? I know the eyes are a bit bold, but Hannah loves a little bit of a bold eyeshadow. If you want to know what lashes are, please just DM me. I'll be able to sort you out. But yeah, I'm really, really loving it. I think it feels really nice. Even after, I think I've had this on for about 3.5 hours now, and it's not clung to any dry patches. Again, it's not clung to any dry patches on my forehead. It's not separated anywhere. It's not come away from my nose. It sits really nicely on the nose. It feels really nice. It's not sunk into any like fine lines or anything like that. It's not doing anything funky on my skin. It looks and feels really, really good, which I'm impressed with. I am definitely impressed with this foundation. I think for $10.99 it's pretty decent. I really, really like it. It's not clung to any peach fuzz. It's not like accentuating any texture, any of that jazz. So yeah, I'm really, really, really pleased with it. I'll give you guys an up close. I know the eyeshadow might be a lot for some of you guys, but it's not for me. It's my sort of style. I love to go really bold with colours, but I don't go out and wear this. It's just for like Instagram creativity and things like that. So yeah, there's not much more I have to say about it. I really like the foundation. I would recommend it to you guys. I think it would be really nicely on all skin types. I think just because of the way it sits on my skin and that it's not claiming to be like anything, it's not claiming to be matte, it's not claiming to be dewy, it's not claiming to be anything other than fresh and natural. I think for dry skin, natural combination and oily skin, this would work really well with. I think this is more of a universal foundation, which is really nice. I think there needs to be more foundations like that in the world right now in the makeup industry, because instead of just having a completely matte foundation or completely dewy, you're only affecting a certain audience. But this foundation, I don't know, I haven't read the claims, I just thought I'd put it on my skin and see how it works. I generally think this would be good for every skin type. You are only going to get a medium coverage. You could probably build this up. This is definitely a buildable foundation because I put loads on one side. It's not gone cakey, still looks very natural, still feels very fresh. So that is a good sign that you can probably build it up. You could probably even get even more coverage with a brush, but like I said, I did just use a sponge because that's how I felt it blended better. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the foundation. If you have any questions on the foundation, please feel free to comment in the comment section or give me a cheeky DM on Instagram and I should be able to help you from there. I love all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. That is a lip pencil mark. If you did give it a massive thumbs up, I really appreciate it. I love all of you guys and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!